right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. You know, I was just reading the information to prepare for this next interview, and looks like I have a lot in common with our next guest. She has written a book called Rumble. Her name is Ellen Hopkins, and Ellen, is the founder of the Ventana Sierra, a nonprofit youth housing and resource initiative. And she's a New York Times bestselling author. And the book Rumble I've never seen a book like this before. It tells a story through a series of poetry. It explores what teens face today, things like bullying, things like religion, especially in a world where, you get people's opinions left and right everywhere you turn. And my comment that we share something in common, it sounds like her religious upbringing sounds like it was kind of like mine. I was Lutheran. You go to church on Sundays. We didn't. We had friends who were Jewish. We had friends who were Muslim. We had friends who were atheists. Mm-hmm. And nobody was ever. What do you want to say? Opinion. Nobody was ever put down because of any of those things.
Yeah.
And I never was because of my religion either. But it doesn't mean that we didn't cause each other to question and to think and to wonder. And maybe that's a good thing. I don't really know. Ellen Hopkins. Good morning, Ellen.
Hi.
Where are you?
How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from? Or are we calling you?
I'm currently in Phoenix, although I live near Reno, Nevada.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm on Pacific time, which is a little earlier than you, but it's good.
So we woke you up? Did we wake you up?
Oh, no. In fact, I had a 5 a.m. interview this morning, so I've been up for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you're not burned out by us radio geeks yet.
Oh, no, I love radio. In fact, I met my husband through radio, so.
Is that right? Well, this is an interesting concept, to be able to tell a tale with a series of poems. Have you done this before?
Oh, yeah, I have all 10 of my young adult novels. This is my 11th young adult novel, actually, and they're all and the genre is called verse novel or novel in verse. So it's narrative verse. It's basically an ancient art form if you go way back to Homer and Shakespeare and
I never thought of that. Yeah, absolutely right. And one of the things about that type of writing, and I noticed it in yours too, is that you have to pause. You can't just speed read through this one. You have to kind of pause and go back. Oh, it's kind of very clever. So did this take a very long time to write?
I've become a lot more efficient at it. The first one took a lot longer than this one. I'm writing 2 books a year at this point. So about 6 months. About 6 months here. And for people that are out there and they're going, oh, it's poetry, I can't do it. It's like, it reads very much like fiction. It doesn't, you don't have to think hard to get to the meaning of the words.
Well, let me tell you what I compared it to. I compared it to a really good movie that has subtitles. Because when a really good movie comes on that let's say I rented a movie and didn't realize it had subtitles, and then my first reaction is, oh no, subtitles. And then before I know it, I'm not even aware that I'm reading. It's like it flows so well. Same thing with your book. My first thought was, oh boy, a bunch of poems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but it doesn't read that way. And you're absolutely right.
And for people who don't read that well, like for people who, big chunks of prose bother them, it invites them in, especially for young people, for teens who are, assume themselves not to be readers. It invites them in and onto the page, which I've built a career doing it. So,
did you did the story become a message, or did the message become a story? What was first?
No, the idea interested me because of a Facebook exchange I had with a teenager, a 16-year-old who. There were a couple of mosque burnings in the news, and I posted on my page, we all serve one creator, right? Meaning Jews, Muslims, whoever, all people. And she got back at me, and she told me I was being awfully arrogant to assume that she had to believe in anything. And so at that point, that interested me because as a teenager, I was all about asking huge questions, Well, what if God isn't what I've been told? What if God is that? Or what if maybe there's not a God, but maybe there is. But I wanted to look for that, I had that drive to understand, what comes after this, what happens after we die. And so to cut yourself off from possibilities at 16 interested me just on a human level.
Yes, because no matter what the conclusion is, it's always just a faith, a belief, a guess.
Right, that's true. But why wouldn't you want to be hopeful?
Wouldn't want to be hopeful. And so that led to this, and somehow you've encompassed bullying and some of the other challenges that youth have had and youth have always had.
Right. The book is about an atheist boy who's in love with an evangelical Christian. So that's, some conflict there. But the driving conflict is that some of her friends bullied his little brother into suicide because he was gay. So, and Matt, the main character, carries some guilt because he was with his girlfriend and might have been able to stop that, but he didn't want to leave her. And so how do you find forgiveness from a person who's gone? The forgiveness that you need if that person is gone and you assume there's nothing else. So that's kind of the big question in the book.
And to run the gamut of emotions like that, especially from a teenager's perspective, you must have had to do a lot of research because you cannot touch any of these scenarios lightly.
Right. Well, the research is, and it's all primary research. At this point, my readership, my teen readership is large, and they love talking to me. So I can throw out a question to them, and they'll come at me, and I can talk to them as much as I want. It's important to really get inside the heads of teenagers. I have a 17-year-old at home, so I'm living with that as well.
If the bullied person picks up the book or picks up anything that should be helpful, I'm wondering if the bully himself or herself ever picks it up, and I wonder if they see the error of their ways.
I hope. I do. I hope so. I really do. I want people to see themselves in these characters and to try to develop some understanding of themselves. And I would also like to point out really quickly that the teens that are bullied that commit suicide, almost always there's depressive. They have a clinical depression already. So there's that brain chemistry element that doesn't allow them to process what's happening to them, correctly. And that is often what happens. The
book, again, is called Rumble. It's written by Ellen Hopkins. Ellen, we've only got a little bit of time right now. Can you tell me, just a kind of a weird, kind of a Barbara Walters kind of a question. Tell me where you would be pleasantly surprised to see your book sitting. What kind of a place would you walk into and say, oh my gosh, there's my book?
I would, on a parent's nightstand. So I would love parents to pick up the book and to try to gain some understanding of their own teenagers through reading my book, this book, or any of my books, because I think that communication between parent and teenager is so important. And if we can find that before there's major trouble in their lives, maybe we can kind of, divert that, avoid that.
Absolutely. Boy, you couldn't have come up with a better answer. That is absolutely right. Yes. If there's anybody who can stand in the way of a child deciding to take his or her own life, it would be the one who brought them into the world in the first place, assuming that they are loving parents. Well, gosh, I kind of wish we had more time to speak to you. You're obviously a deep thinking lady. Ellen, thank you for being on the air with us. I have a copy of the book Rumble. I'd like to give it away. The rest of us have to buy it. Ellen, do you have a website?
I do. It's just ellenhopkins.com. You can find me there on Facebook or Twitter or any of those social networking places. So. All
right. ellenhopkins.com spells her name exactly as it sounds. Ellen, thank you for being on with us today.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, a mix of clouds and sun with a thunderstorm or two around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high today 90 to 94. And partly cloudy later tonight, low 74 to 78. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with an afternoon and evening thunderstorm in the area, high 89 to 93. And on Sunday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm likely in the afternoon, high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.